What are we here for? That's today's topic. Now, I don't know if I'm in the best frame of mind to talk about this today. Not like I'm in a bad state of mind. I'm just like extremely hyper today. Well, not extremely hyper, but I'm just having a good ass day today. And I'm not kind of in my like calm kind of collate, the thing, like a late night vibe when you're ready to be quiet and shit. These are the first batch of videos of the day. I got hella videos to do today. And I'm just having fun. But that's the thing. What are we here for? And it's kind of, I'll read you what I wrote here just to kind of spur me into the conversation. I wrote, "What are we here for? I truly believe that there's a deeper spiritual responsibility to life, surely. Like more than just becoming successful in your own right and raising a family and having nice memories, etc., that society tells us is what we should do. I feel like we're all just kind of in this lobby of life, and there's surely got to be something more that we're missing." Now, I actually remember writing this, and like, like all my video ideas, I've written them long, long, long before I've come out here to record them. So whatever I was thinking at the time, would have been better to record then because I would have been like in the moment. But does anyone else feel that way? It's like I know we're supposed to kind of like we strive for success or we strive for these goals in life, and we kind of have an idea of what life should be or what we would like it to be, and a kind of like end goal of like we'll be like, oh, okay, well, once we reach this, it's like we've completed life. Like once we have these cars or houses or whatever, once we have that car and a house and a wife and a family and whatever, and it's like that is important, right? Life is about people. Life is about, you know, it's not about the materialistics. It's about people and the memories and sharing it and living amongst everything living. But it just makes me think, like, given how divine we are, like as beings, um, given how divine we are as beings, and given how capable we are, and like the consciousness and everything, it's like when you really strip everything back and look at the how do I say it? Like how just mind blowing it is that we exist and have a conscious and just all these things. It just seems so magic that these physical goals, it just kind of seems like playtime. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to explain it. I should have. I mean, when I wrote these video ideas down, I wasn't ready to record yet, but I am now, which is why I'm doing this. But it just makes me think like, oh, I wish I'd have recorded this at the time or put more of my thoughts down to see what I meant because I know what I mean. I just can't fully remember it in a way of like, okay, we do all this we go on our own journeys and, we're spiritual, we're all of this. We go on our own journeys and we spend so much time in our conscious and inside and like evolving and mastering things. And there's all these, you had the whole spiritual side of life and like the superstitions and just the spiritual links and connections and paranormals. And we think, like, how did that happen? How did this happen? All of that stuff. And we just feel like linked to people. Um, like even say if someone like I've heard stories before of where someone close to someone has been like really hurt. And as soon as it happened, the one that didn't get hurt felt it and just immediately felt something wrong and felt inclined to try call like the person that got hurt or had something happen to them. Um, Even though, like none of them had any idea about what the other was going through at that moment in time. They just kind of felt the change. And it just makes you think like if this whole spiritual side of life, like the things that we can't see and the conscious and just all these unanswered questions we have, it makes me think like, what are we here for beyond all that? Like, can we really just, because I'm someone who always likes to evolve and likes to kind of just keep getting better and finding more out about myself and digging deeper and seeing what I can become and changing for the better. And it's like, what happens when you just like I would love to just get, the house or houses and the cars, like the just definition of success and have like the wife and kids and live a happy life and everything. But it makes me think like, is that what we're meant here? Is that what we're here for? Like to just do that? Or like is there some magic or like cool spiritual thing like higher kind of calling, or something that we're here to do. We're just kind of blinded and already have ideas of what we like to do and what we're supposed to do here. But are all of us just missing something, you know? Are all of us just missing like some fucking hey, fuck off, fly. What the fuck is that, bro? I don't know why I'm surprised that it's fucking bug central around me right now. I'm in a field in summer, but god damn, man. Anyway, like I said, are we all missing some like is there some like I always wonder what we could be as humans, right? Because we can literally like heal ourselves, we can remember things from so far back in time. We can pretty much code ourselves to be like these machines, and there's just so much potential within humans. And you have the whole spiritual side and everything. And it makes me think, are we all blind to what we could be? It's like, imagine what we could be if we weren't polluted by like microplastics and processed food and bad air and like all of this just junk that we have in our system, and like rotted brains and all that. And it just kind of makes me think like like how much better as a prime person would we be if it was that? If we were like non-polluted and all that stuff? And then what would be after that, you know? Like is there a higher are we supposed to is there something that we can unlock to where we could literally control what's around us, or like I could like stand up and fly right now? It sounds stupid, but these are the things that I like to talk about because it's like, what are we here for? Like, yeah, I know you're supposed to like find love, which is actually one of my topics that I got to record after this. Is the meaning of life love, or is love the meaning of life? Um, and it's like, yeah, I feel like we're obviously supposed to find our person and stuff like after that, but then what's after that? I'm like always asking, yeah, but what's after that? And we can keep landing on answers as to like what to do and shit, but I just keep asking like what's after that? What's higher than that? I don't know if I'm like saying this well or like explaining this well. I wish I'd have written more notes down on it, but think to yourself, you know, I just discuss in the comments and just because I do wonder like what are we here for? Because like think of how crazy it is that this exists, right? The fact that because to us, we know what this is, right? I'm in a field. There's trees behind me. The sky's above. The grass is around me. You know, we know that the grass is green. We know what it does. It helps. We know the trees are green and they help with oxygen and shit. But like the fact that that even exists and the small chance of that even being conceivable, um, and such things like even the bugs around me having their own life. Just look at how much is around us that we forget to look at because it's just life. And that's like it's not new to us anymore. That's just how it is. And it just kind of amazes me and it makes me think, well, if all this can exist, because like, yeah, we know what trees and grass do, but why are they here? You know, I always use the trees and grass example just because it's like in most places. Um, but it's like, why are they here? We know what they do, but why they how the fuck have we even come to be alive and be conscious and be aware of what we're on? And how the fuck has that even come to be and exist? So surely and the fact that it all ties into and like ecosystems work and food chains and all this stuff and just everything blends in, it just makes me think like, are we really here just to kind of not to downplay finding love and having kids? It truly is one of the best blessings in life. Um, and I think it's great. But it kind of makes me think because that's such like a physical and on the ground kind of goal and like thing, it just makes me think like, bro, do we realize how magic and spiritual and kind of just something we are? And then our goals and our like primes of life are just the kind of on the ground, like I say, societal like ideas, so to speak. I know I'm kind of being slow, but hopefully you just like chilling with me. And I just, yeah, I wish I could explain this better. Like I say, I can't really remember exactly what my thought was, what I was talking about. I kind of had to revisit it and just on the spot kind of come up with it again. But do you guys get what I mean? It's like, bro, look how insane it is that any of this exists and that we're conscious. And because, like, think about it, right? God forbid, like, a bear or something or an animal came and bit me now. Like that shit would fucking hurt, bro. But once I died, it wouldn't hurt anymore because I wouldn't feel it. It's like I'm not there anymore. So what changed? Because my physical body is still there with all its nerves and everything, but w- what, where did I go? I was obviously in there. So on paper, it should still hurt, right? As long as it's happening. But like it doesn't hurt anymore because I died and I was gone. I shouldn't say I don't like to speak like that. I'm very careful. I know the tongue is powerful. I'm very careful what I say, but like in theory, right? Like you get eaten by a bear, and it fucking hurts when he biting your legs, you're still alive. But once you die and you gone, it's like you won't feel it anymore. It's your body's just there getting ate and you don't feel it anymore. So what part of you was in that body and where does that go? So it just makes me think how spiritual everything like kind of is and how magic it is to anything, not to sound too hippie, even though I literally have a fucking mushroom top on and flowers. That's crazy. But it just makes me think, given how magic everything is, like what are we actually here for? Is there some higher calling that we're supposed to like all unite together and do something and be able to go between dimensions or universes or planes, realms of mind, whatever? Like, is there something bigger than just like what are we really here for as opposed to just the societal goals, which like I say, I'm not downplaying having a wife and kids, whatever, finding love because I believe that is one of the meanings of life. Like it is one of the best feelings and the most beautiful feelings to be with the right one and have that. That truly is one of the feats of life. But like I said, just it makes me think like, bro, is there something we're all missing? Like, are we all just pacified, because of how much convenience and entertainment and just pollutants there is in the world nowadays for us? Like, are we all just pacified? And is there a higher calling that we're supposed to answer to? And could we be flying around this shit and going to different realms? And is there other realms of thinking, like the conscious, and when we dream and where we go and how real it feels? Is it just a figment of our imagination? Just all stuff like that. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below and discuss this because I would love to hear your guys' ideas. Um, and like I say, just hear what you guys think and would say about this. So comment down below, like the video. If you like music, check out my music viewers, music supervisors, and sync agents especially. Check out the music because there is some A1 pieces in there. I'm telling you, there is 6 to 7 figures worth of placements and whatever in there. Go check it out. Subscribe if you like me and you like rambling and you want to kind of chill with me on the regular. I post 3 times a week. If you want to kind of chill with me and kick it with me, or you just like what I talk about, or you just want to come along for the ride, see where it goes, anything, subscribe. It's completely free. There's no commitment. You can unsubscribe anytime if you want. I don't take it personally. It's completely fine if you didn't like this video because, like I say, I ramble a lot. I like to kind of take my time to think about things. So I'm not the type that is always like, oh, this. And you're not going to get constant dopamine hits from my videos like you watching fucking Mr. Beast or something. That's not what I do. I like to take the time to think about what I'm saying and say the right things as opposed to just spewing nothing, which I also do yap a lot. But like I said, subscribe if you like that. Subscribe if you want to kick it with me a couple times a week. Where's my iPad? Oh shit, right there. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video, and I will see you guys in the next ones. Okay, bye.